Well, hey, mamas. Hello, hello. Welcome to a new series all about staying positive at the end of the semester. So, welcome to the Ace Cookie Tutoring channel on YouTube and Facebook page. So glad to have you here. I'm so excited for us to talk about what's going on when it comes to hope and reality as we near the end of the semester. So, I'd love to know how many days left are there in the semester for your teen? Because where I'm at here in the States, we're talking less than 2 weeks. Like, we're not even actually talking, not even quite 2 weeks. Okay, so very, very short amount of time. So, love to know down below where your teen's at in this semester countdown. And do know if things are not going well. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the reality of that versus the hope you might still have. And we're also going to talk about, what to do through a free consultation. So if we have not met yet, would love to talk to you and your teen to make sure this next semester is the best semester your teen's had, because your teen actually knows how to learn. Your teen actually knows how to study. Okay, so let's talk about this. Hopefully you've shared your answer about how many days. Now let's talk about this hope and this reality. So I want to start by telling you about a student that I just started working with, like literally less than a month ago, and he was failing 3 classes. Okay, high school junior, failing 3 classes, and we found out literally like late last week that his math score of 27%, that's what he has in the class right now, is not going to change before the end of the semester. He could do every single assignment. He could get 100% on the final, but he's never going to even get a D in the class. It's just not mathematically possible. That's the word the high school counselor used. And after learning that the final was only worth 10% of his grade, I have to agree 100% he cannot pass math. Okay, so that is the perfect example of hope versus reality. We can hope that Harry learns as much as he can in math the rest of the semester, that he does really, really well on all quizzes and homeworks and whatever might be coming before the final, and then hope that he does really well in the final. But the reality is he cannot pass math this semester. Do we want to just give up on math? No, no, not at all. We need to, I'm teaching him study skills, and then one of my contractors is helping him learn the math concepts. So he'll definitely be ready for second semester. And so the hope for second semester is that he's going to do really well, that he's going to pass with way more than a D if that's what he wants. Because I know, even after working with him for just a few days, that he's more than capable. It's just a matter of getting him to actually show up at school and also to want to do well, which is that motivation piece, which is a study skill that we're going to talk about here pretty soon, Harry and I. Okay, so do you know if that is the position you find yourself in with your son or your daughter? I encourage you to really think about hope versus reality. Is there any chance mathematically, just look at the numbers, that your child can pass? And if it's not possible, then the question becomes, what's the best use of your teen's time between now and the end of the semester? Because we don't want to just throw out that knowledge, all that stuff that your teen did learn, all that stuff that your teen did accomplish. But at the same time, if the class is not going to be passed, then, we can have all the hope we want, but it's just not realistic. Okay. So I want to tell you about one other student. Before I do, I want to say thanks so much for being here, for watching live. If you haven't subscribed or followed yet, would love to have you as a follower, as a subscriber, because I will be back here tomorrow sharing the next tip. Now, I do also want to say that I'm a study skills tutor. So, mamas, if we haven't met, I'm Jessica Coulter, CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring, and I would love to work with your teens so they don't experience what Harry went through or what one of my other students, Austin, is going through as well. Now, with Austin, he is kind of in the same boat with math. He's got, I think it's right around 25 to 30%, somewhere in there. And English is also not going well. So I'm tutoring him study skills and English. And then again, Math Contractor is helping him out with math. Now, based on what the student and Austin and I talked about yesterday, I was under the impression that we weren't sure if math was salvageable because the information I had said that tests were 75% of his grade in math, which just blows my mind. I'd love to know how your teen's grades are working, if they're heavily weighted towards tests versus projects, because different schools have different rules, and I've learned even different teachers within different schools have rules. It's just crazy to me. One of those things I know I've talked about in a past video about grades and the importance of looking at your child's and having your child look at the syllabus for every class. But do know with Austin, 75%, I did not think we could save the grade. Okay. I'm like, okay, if he's at this percentage and he has a final and then he's got like, I think a test tomorrow, it's like, can he really learn everything he needs to learn? Because he hasn't been in school a lot either. So with Harry, it's been intentional, but with Austin, he's been really, really sick. And so the teachers have been so kind, so generous, but at the same time, even if he's not in school, he needs to learn the material. Well, I learned today that his dad is not okay with us giving up on math. And I also learned the final is worth 20% of his grade. So different than Harry, 20%, that could definitely make a difference. But again, comes down to, can Austin get enough points to do well on the test? So there's the hope. The hope that his dad has is, hey, we could definitely get a 60, maybe even get it up to a C if he now does well on this test, he does well on this final, and he gets all these other assignments that still need to be turned in, and they have to be turned in by Friday. Okay, so we're talking 2 days to get ready for a test. We're talking 2 days to get through how many of our assignments? I think it was at least 3, and they're not like chapter assessments or chapter tests or chapter assignments. They're like, packets, like for a whole unit. And then on top of that, we still have to find time to study for finals. Okay. So his dad's really hopeful. Like I will give him, his dad is like, woohoo. Like he did not have a lot of nice things to say. I will be honest and say that sometimes parents get stressed. I get it, especially when your kid's sick. I get it. But at the same time, I feel like, again, since it's not my kid, I love working with my students and they start to feel like mine, they feel like more than just, random teens, right? Way beyond that. But I could be a little more realistic. And sometimes that's why having a tutor, why having that kind of third party, more objective person helping out your kid with school can be so important, because I know the reality is his son gets very overwhelmed. Okay, Austin and I have already talked about organization and time management, and I know the reason why he's not keeping track of his planner and his assignments and things like that is because he's like, it gets too overwhelming when I see how much stuff I've not done. It gets to be too much when I see how much I need to do tonight to try to stay current. And so I'm thinking, oh my goodness, reality here is we might burn out for Austin and, won't pass either of those classes. Now, I'm curious to know what your thoughts are. Would you have Austin try to pass both English and math? Would you hold out hope like Austin's dad? Or are you more with me and go, hey, I would love for my kid to do really well in one class if that means sacrificing another instead of possibly sacrificing both? I'd love to know. And do know if you're having these tough decisions, you're trying to decide, okay, how do I avoid my teen being in a similar position as Harry or Austin? Or even, hey, it's not that bad, but I'm worried it could get that bad. Do schedule a free consultation. I'd love to talk to you and your teens and make some progress. Okay, winter break is an amazing time to do school. Okay, all of my lessons are online. So if your teen is traveling, the family has family coming in, you guys, have different plans, we can get a couple lessons in easily before your child goes back. And I can promise you that those study skills will always start with note taking are going to come in handy pretty much immediately at the start of the school year. Okay. And the start of the semester. It could literally be that first day back. Oh my goodness, I have to take notes. Well, now your teen knows how to do it, knows what rules to use, knows how to tie in his or her learning style. So Thanks for being here. Be sure to schedule a free consultation at the link below so we can get your teen ready for the next semester. Bye, mamas. See you in the next video.